black men continue to disrespect black women publicly too, but then you wonder why black women have a problem. So that's what I wanted to like talk about earlier, but I couldn't make it. But I was going off in the chat earlier. I don't know if you saw that.
No, but you're here now. Go ahead and tell me what you were going off on. What's the part you were going off on?
No, because like okay, so three. About 10 years ago, I saw you in that video. I don't know if you remember the video that I'm talking about. You were
Yeah.
very much angry that this black woman um ran into you or something. She ran into your car. I don't know.
You could ask. You
And the
just
way and the
hold
way
on.
that you spoke, the
Hold
way
on a
that you
second.
spoke to her. Yeah,
Wait, ma'am.
go ahead.
You
Go
know what you
ahead.
do? You finally got here to talk to me. You could say that incident that happened. What
Uh-huh.
happened in that incident, and why were you speaking to that woman that way? So then, therefore,
No, no, no. I have not even finished. Like,
no, I'm saying, why
but
wouldn't you ask
like,
the question I'm asking? Why wouldn't you want to know? Because you're saying it bothers you. So why would you want to get some perspective and then you can speak on it?
no, that's fine. I was just bringing it up, and I just wanted to say why I was like flipping out earlier
Oh, I
because I
didn't
was. I don't know if you saw that, but because you can see the name, right? But okay, the thing is, I'm a black woman and I'm not American. But when I go out in public now, people are I see, I'm noticing that people are being more disrespectful towards black women in public. It's like they have a right to be more disrespectful towards us, and my community and my nationality have nothing to do with um, the problems that are in America. But because we look alike, we share the same race, we are going to deal with whatever is happening in America because people do not differentiate what type of black they see. Do you understand?
let me point something out to you.
Yes.
Like
So
my
when
daughter.
you were,
Okay.
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
She got a little delay, just a little bit.
I know that's why well, she said go ahead, then like she started talking after she
I
said
know. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
one. When you talk about people being able to be disrespectful,
Hmm.
black women are able to be disrespectful in America. When you're talking about that incident, the reason I was recording my car is because this was $116,000 truck that I had for 2 weeks. I had my child in that car. This woman ran a light and hit me in the side. I wasn't upset then. I was mad that my truck got hit. But the reason I was recording was so I could record my damage for my insurance. And I said, the lady came and she hit me, and look at the damage she's done. And that woman said in my camera, stop lying, nigga. I didn't hit you. And this was after she had admitted that she was sorry, which is why her 16-year-old son who was in the car didn't get out and try to fight me, because he saw what kind of woman she had, which is why we see several videos of black women getting people told, who gonna check me, boo? Came.
I can't hear you.
Tommy, you muted yourself.
Oh, excuse me. I said what I said. That line comes from what group of people? Who gonna check me, boo? And I said what I said came from what group?
Go ahead. I'm not sure.
Black women. So when you say somebody's being disrespectful towards black women are openly disrespectful towards everybody. When a black man says something that they don't like, and he didn't say it to them, they calling him zesty, gay, and coon. Black women will jump on your shows to call you names, and you ain't said a word to them.
Okay. The thing
That woman
is,
jumped in my video and told me, nigga, I didn't hit you. Now, why would she feel the need to do that as I'm talking in my own camera and not her? Ma'am?
the thing is, this is public. This is YouTube. It's the white man's platform. So when you, as a black man, is disrespecting a black woman publicly, this is going to be used by other races to be disrespectful towards us. And like I said before, I'm not in the community in the States, but I'm Black. And so now what I'm noticing where I'm in Canada, by the way, people are being more bold and disrespectful for no reason because they feel like Black men do not love Black women and that they have a right to be disrespectful towards us. And that's what I have a problem with. So it's really damaging for you guys to come on YouTube to be disrespecting Black women continuously, forgetting that there are other Black people in the world that's not a Black American, and we are getting into this problem that the states have amongst themselves. So it's very dangerous for whatever the Black race is doing. It's very dangerous because other races are watching us. And now it's affecting us. Just the other day, I held the door for this Black man. And he literally walked in the door without saying one word to me, as if I was supposed to hold the door for him. And back in the days, I never got that treatment.
No,
If I was to hold the door for someone, it would be like, thank you.
Why do they just run on?
So those are just, no, there's microaggressions towards Black women for no reason these days.
Soulstress, can you hear me? Not if you can hear me real quick. Not if you can hear me. I just want to make sure. Okay, you have a delay. What it is though, you're making a lot of points. Let's try to address them so we can see if we can gain some ground in the conversation.
Okay. Go ahead.
So if you waited all this time to talk to me, man, 10 years. You have to hear, but you don't want to talk to me. Like you want to talk to me. I'm listening.
No,
to what
I just saw you. I saw you earlier, and then I remember you from that video.
So I'm here now, though. I'm here now. Let me tell you what the problem is. You said the men are disrespecting the women, but let me point something out to you. I asked you a direct question. You ignored the question and went on a diatribe. Your diatribe had nothing to do with what I asked you, and it was specific about what you saw that bothered you. I gave you context to what it was because you did not have it, and you didn't want it. Ladies and gentlemen, when you're watching stuff like this, please understand Black women do not want context. They don't want you to give a crap. They don't give a crap about you. That's why they say things like,
we give birth to y'all. Of course we care. How can a mother not care about her son?
Yeah, when you were just talking a minute ago.
You come from a Black woman. If I was to have a baby,
so you just run. You just run your mouth. You get to talk though.
Hold on, Tommy. So Soulstress, let him finish without interjecting, right? So you can hear his full thought, and then you can rebuttal at the end.
Okay.
By her logic, we give birth to y'all. We plant seeds.
Well, Tommy, I'd rather you finish saying what you were saying, not that point.
This idea that a woman ignore everything I said to then go on a diatribe to just run her sentence, and this is what I'm trying to get out. When you say people like y'all who get on YouTube who speak like that make people disrespect Black women, well, by that logic, Black people killing each other makes people think Black lives don't matter. Oops. Because you're killing each other. So why shouldn't a cop be able to do it? Why shouldn't a white man be able to do it? By your own logic. By your own logic, if you say what they see online makes them disrespect you, when they see you running around twerking in the middle of malls and recording yourself doing it, when they see you walking around the airport with your cat out, when they see you online with 99 different color wigs on and arguing at people who braid they have, when they see you online talking about some who gonna check me boo, when they see y'all online fighting in the middle of the street and hair on the ground, it's funny y'all never talk about the self-inflicted wounds, that the reason that people might disrespect you is because of how you carry yourself.
Hollywood that's perpetuating Black people to be like this.
Hollywood is making Instagram models do what they do. Hollywood is making these girls fight in the street.
Hollywood influenced.
Hollywood did that. Hollywood
influenced the people to behave like that. But majority of the people,
by that logic, give Black men the same excuse that Hollywood is doing and making us be disrespectful.
Majority, see, everyone has a problem, right? Every race has a problem. But the thing is, although we are the same race, we are not the same nationality. We're not the same ethnicity. So the problems of America culture is not the same in another black nation. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? But
Yes,
we
and
are
you're trying to
being
judge us off of what
affected.
you saw on TV.
We
Same
are
place you
being.
said if
No,
you're
I'm
not in America,
saying
you're
other
not in America.
races are judging.
You're
Other
not in
races are
America.
witnessing.
What they see on TV.
It's affecting us over here
What they
as
see on TV.
well. So I think it's better for us to be more respectful when we're talking about racial problems.
I think I have a solution.
Because
TV,
because
but
other
getting her idea of
races,
what we talk about from TV. She's not here. So she's blaming something and then getting her talking points from that thing which she's blaming.
I think I have a solution.
I am being okay, not just me, the black people, especially black women. I've noticed, I've been in Canada for a while, and I noticed that a lot of people used to just mind their own business and not mistreat black people like they were animals or whatever. But now, since this thing has been happening, this war that has been going on with black women and black men, it's affecting other black nations. We're being more disrespected. That is the main thing that I'm concerned about. People are watching us disrespect each other. And they're not going to see me and be like, oh, she's from so and so. They're just going to see me as a black woman and, oh, she, her men are disrespecting her, them on publicly. So why should we respect you kind of thing?
Soulstress, what's happening is, though, you're saying two things and then they're conflicting. So when he was giving his points, you blamed Hollywood. Now you're back to blaming men talking on panels, right? So so what you can't do, what you're doing though during the show as well is you're interjecting all the time. Let people finish their points, right? It ruins the conversation to an extent. And so you're also going off narratives that are simply painted, right? Are you watching whole shows? Or are you watching clips and Shade Room and etc. Right? Because you just said Hollywood is making the narrative. So which one is it actually? So they can hear you now.
I'm more concerned about the disrespect. See, let's just say, for example, you know that black people.
It happened again.
Yes.
Let's do this.
What did I do?
Nothing. Right? People have opinions, right? So now you're talking about something. So you're not even talking about the narrative. You're just talking about you don't like the disrespect that you perceive.
No, how we talk amongst each other, with each other as a race on a public platform. People are watching and they're using that to be disrespectful towards us.
Are they using the twerking? Are they using the twerking? Are they using the women fighting each other? This is what Hamp was saying. When I gave you all those other examples of things they used, you then blamed Hollywood.
No, I said that they're being influenced by Hollywood. That is not the majority of black folks. That is Hollywood.
All of it leads to people disrespecting us, including us disrespecting ourselves.
That is Hollywood influencing the people that are behaving like that. But most black people that I know do not behave like that. So
Hollywood is influencing us black men who are podcasters to talk the way we talk.
No, you said Instagram models and all these people that are twerking and all these.
Hollywood influenced me to do what I do. Hollywood influenced me to talk to that woman the way I did on the side of the road.
Unbelievable.
I have a question for her.
Hold on. I'm about to just drop y'all down if y'all have that much an issue. All right. So, what's up? So, Soulstress, you're kind of all over the place. Tommy, do you want to reply to something specifically?
What she's saying is just completely asinine. She's saying the way that y'all are talking is making people disrespect us.
I would think so,
online.
yes.
But
Go
then
ahead.
I pointed out the things that black women were doing, which were completely separate of black men. I also pointed out, by logic, if blacks are killing each other online, then maybe that's why whites think it's okay to kill us. And then she said, well, Hollywood. Well, but you see me online and all these other things, so wouldn't Hollywood have affected us? So why wouldn't you go after Hollywood as a whole if they have that kind of power? So you couldn't blame the guys making the podcast. You got to blame Hollywood for pushing that. Well, how about this? Why are black women feeding into what they see? You didn't used to see a woman that would turn her ass to a camera and shake it at the camera. I'm 48 years old, about to be 49. And no woman in her right mind would have done that before. There were people who were doing corn when I was growing up, but they wouldn't brag about it. Now, you have those same women that are saying, show me the respect that blacks used to get, while I don't show myself that same respect. I know.
Can I say something?
Yes.
I will never disrespect my brother or my sister in the public. That's all I want to say. We need to be careful with our narratives. I know what you're trying to say and everything, but I think you're stepping away from what I'm trying to say as well. And it's very simple. It's not complicated at all whatsoever. The narrative on our race is already negative. So when you continue to speak amongst yourselves, it's also affecting us as a whole.
Okay.
Because people are watching and now they're mistreating us because of what is happening. And that is my main point. And it needs to be understood because this does not belong to us. YouTube is not ours. YouTube is a public platform that is white made.
Okay. Understood. He understood your point. He replied to it.
Can I ask a question? Oh,
Yeah.
hey everybody, by the way.
Right after Uncle Jeff gives, I think he said he has a solution or something he was saying while she was talking. Go ahead, Uncle Jeff. You could be nice and
Absolutely. Sister number one, again, I couldn't believe it was going to happen as fast. But the number one thing I said here, the number one complaint I had, Tommy asked you a very simple question at the beginning. And we were allowed to go miles past you not asking him for context before you made your statement and why you did that. That's a huge problem in Black discourse online and everywhere else when it comes to women. And I am not discussing, I'm not talking to you as a woman. You're very articulate and intelligent, which means that you either didn't understand or you high hurdled his question, both of which need to be addressed before we talk the syllable about anything else. Now, I beat that horse to death because apparently it's not going to happen. I'm sure it'll happen again because that's what's allowed. And that ain't even a diss on him. That's how we converse. And this is a key issue. I have a solution for you, sister. What your problem is not the Black men who speak about the Black women. It's your publicists. Sexy Red is your publicist. Lizzo is your publicist. And the problem is that eloquent, articulate women like you do not do enough to separate yourselves from them. It is you that is supposed, this is, again, remember, this Black woman problem that you're discussing, and I've heard you. I think we should do a show of hands. Is anybody unclear about the point you're making? I don't think we are. So I don't think you need to make it again. Here's a solution.
Can I say something?
Here's a solution when I'm done. Here's a solution.
Okay.
What you need to do, and what eloquent sisters like you need to do, is get back to the first point of this. The shame needs to come from the eloquent sisters because it is you that suffer. We don't suffer. Black men, there is no great American Black woman shortage. We're not suffering. You in Canada are suffering. And in your suffering, you are not going far enough to go, look, I am eloquent, I am respectful, I don't demean myself, and that does not represent me. Not enough of you do that. There is not one man on this earth that you're going to change. You're not. We going to all that shit you don't like, we going to keep doing. And I don't think Tommy is that guilty of it. There are those who are more guilty, and they're not going to stop. If you watch my show, you ain't going to like it, and I'm not going to stop. What you need to do is start. You need to start with 9 sisters like yourself. Come together in Canada and go, look, hey, over here, us, I don't know if you need to wear the same color. I don't know if you need to come up with a group that you belong to, but there needs to be some identifying marker other than the fact that most women of your age and younger all dress alike. You don't make any attempt to separate yourselves. Look at the sisters in the Nation of Islam that wear hijabs. They separate themselves. When I have never seen a sister in the nation not have a door open for her, being cussed out directly in public, because she has purposely identified herself as outside of this ratchetness. You, sister, dressed regularly, do not. So it is not our job to do. And we gonna keep doing the same foul shit you don't like until you take it upon yourself to find others and say that in this thing that's going on globally that you cannot control, this thing that's going on online that you cannot control, this thing that's going on in Hollywood that you cannot control, until you and sisters like you separate yourself. Pretty please with sugar on top, expect more of the same. I'm done.
Can I say something?
Oh, yes, I'm finished with that.
So earlier, when I brought up the video of Tommy from a long time ago, I said that because earlier I was in the chat and I was being very I was angry. So I was writing, I just kept on writing, so
no one's arguing
that. I wanted to say the reason why I was like that.
You're explaining why you ran, sister. You're explaining why you ran the light. You still ran the light. We understood why you ran the light. Yes, you don't need to explain that. Let's go back to it. Let's pull up to the fountain of accountability here.
He was trying to ask me why.
Hold on. Tommy asked you a very simple question that you did not answer. I'll ask it again. Why is it that you came at me in a declarative statement about how I was disrespectful without asking for my context first? I don't care how mad you were. I don't care what you wrote in the chat. I don't care about your point. I care about the following. Why, oh, why did you not lead with a question in order to get clarity first? And you are a very intelligent sister. Could you answer that and only that, please?
I didn't ask about the context because I was talking based off of what I saw.
None those and that's how, apples and bowling balls, and they have absolutely nothing to do with one another.
I said the way that he was dealing with the lady in public is what I had a problem with.
Exactly. So why didn't you ask him?
You're asking,
Tommy, could you tell me why you were acting that way? That's not what you did.
Okay,
you came in declarative and declared that he was disrespectful. You declared that he disrespected this woman,
video,
and you had absolutely no context. Since you don't, I ain't gonna get stuck there. I'll just make a suggestion. In the future, when you have an issue with an individual, seek to get clarity before you are declarative.
All right.
I was just simply trying to say.
I know what you were doing. Do you think I don't know what you were doing?
All. So I don't know why you guys are trying to. You guys are trying to tell people how
you can answer with a yes or no. And I have a question you can answer with a yes or no.
All right, let me jump in here. Soulstress, He
Yes.
understands why. Let me ask you a couple yes or no questions. Did the
Okay.
context did the context of the video matter at all to you?
Oh, okay. Man.
Soulstress, let me ask you a yes or no question, just to streamline the conversation. Did the context of the video matter at all to you?
Do you guys care about the context when you watch videos online about people doing things? Do you not just judge based off of what you see? Is
Context
this not a
matters.
human?
So,
Is this not a human thing? Do we just say, "Oh, what was the context behind"?
Soulstress, I'm gonna do this one time. I'm gonna do this one time out of respect, right? So you're talking to me specifically. I'm not a panelist, right? So I just want to make sure we're clear on that part. So let me just ask these questions again, and so we can move forward. So I can take heed, EBD, nice and hink conversation. Yes, I consider context. You speak just me specifically. So now, when you watch that video, the man is here. Does context matter?
Context matters, but when you watch a video, how do you respond? If a black woman was disrespecting a black
So this
man
is
in
how.
public,
So this
let's
is
just
how.
say if it's the other way around.
This is how you respond, right? If I see a video, I'm gonna make a judgment, right? I want to understand what happens, right? That's fair. We will make a judgment. If I come across the person that was in the video, I'm going to ask what happened. So that's the opportunity you had. That's why I'm wondering, does context actually matter to you? If so, why wouldn't you try to get clarity on why things transpired as they did, right? The accusatory nature, like you said, though, you admitted you were mad in the chat and you brought it up here. But now you had an opportunity after 15 years to ask the man himself, and instead we chose to just espouse as opposed to clarify, which seems like a wasted opportunity. Go ahead.
Are you
Go
talking
ahead.
to me?
Yes,
I can
ma'am.
respond now.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't even know what to say because it wasn't a big deal. It was just like a common. It was just something very like simple that I wanted to just I wanted to tell the reason why I came up here, and it was just something very simple as to why I came up here, and it was based upon that video. I didn't think about the context. I was just thinking about the disrespect, because for me personally, I would never respond to another black person in public like that. Never ever in my life would I disrespect my brother or my sister in public, knowing how people look at us.
You're disrespecting black men right now by ignoring
Are
what
you
they're saying.
serious?
Yes.
Right then.
I'm
Wait a minute.
disrespecting you guys.
Wait. You're doing it literally right now. You
Yes.
got to speak and then get cut off. I said you're disrespecting black men right now by. Are you serious? You didn't let me finish. You didn't ask. How am I doing this?
This is a different crew.
Yeah, let's go ahead and
It's
move
Wow.
on.
There's different types of black people.
So
Clearly.
can I
Dark ones.
can I
I don't know
explain
why
something?
you guys like to
She
act
can't
like
even speak for
righteous.
herself.
Yeah,
She
so
can't
Go
speak
ahead.
for herself.
here's the thing. Here's the most problematic thing, right? When you talk about how we treat each other, instantly when you don't like the replies, you degrade the whole group of people here by saying this is a different group of black people, right? So we got to understand, we don't want to double talk. Just because you're speaking softly and nicely doesn't mean you're not being rude and disrespectful. So we just want to make sure we assess what we're saying out of our mouths, not just how it's being said. And I think that's an overarching issue, generally speaking. Let me
There are
read
only
these
two types of there are only two
Hold on,
types
hold
of
on.
people in the
What I'm
world.
saying to you,
Okay,
ma'am,
go
Yes.
ahead.
you might not be
Let's do
yelling,
this,
you might
right?
not be cussing like any of the things that you said I did, but look at what you're doing. You want to speak to just be heard, and you don't want to hear anybody else. You want to agree. You want people to agree with you. You want people to understand you. What I'm trying to tell you is this. I said you're disrespecting the men. Men have asked you direct questions. And if white men are watching this, you know what they see? That a black woman who even came up here, because this man had to tell you he's the host, don't talk to him like a panelist, asking you to respect him and what it is he's doing. And if he asks you a direct question, you give him a direct answer. You still wouldn't do it. And I don't see how white men can watch us black men have a disagreement with a black woman and he asked for respect and still can't get it. So you didn't cuss him out. You just ignored him. You didn't cuss me out. You just ignored me. You didn't cuss Jeff out. You just ignored us. And white men get to watch you as a black woman ignore us.
And